If you find yourself reaching for foods like this in the grocery store, it's for your emergency food storage, camping meals, convenience meals, what have you, I want you to stop it because there's a much better alternative. Some might also say you shouldn't wear Crocs with socks in public, but I'm at Walmart, so it's allowed, right? Let's head back home to my kitchen and I'll show you what I have cooking up in my freeze dryer today. The Campbell's can of beef stew motivated me to make my own much better version. So here we go. I am making this stew in my Instant Pot. I'm just gonna first saute up my stew meat. This is about 2.5 pounds of beef stew meat that I just got from Walmart. I'm adding in my onions and I'm gonna let that saute and get a little bit of color on it. Going in with some garlic and tomato paste. This squeeze tube tomato paste is the best. I hate tomato paste that comes in the can because you only ever really need a few tablespoons and then the rest of the can goes to waste. So I love this. I sprinkled in some flour, Worcestershire sauce, and I'm just gonna let this, that's gonna be kind of my thickening agent. I've got about 3 cups of chicken bone broth going in. Yeah, I probably should have used beef broth, but I got chicken. That's okay. And then I've diced up some potatoes and carrots. You obviously could add whatever veggies you want. I threw in some thyme, and now I'm gonna let the pressure cooker do its thing. So my Instant Pot has been, ow, that was hot. I let it natural release for about 20 minutes, and now we're ready to open it up and see how everything looks. I'm tossing in some frozen peas here just at the very end. This looks and smells divine. I don't know why I don't make beef stew more often. It is so comforting, hearty, and delicious, and like such simple, clean ingredients that give you amazing flavor. I am now just going to set out my freeze dryer trays. I'm using my Harvest Right silicone tray liners this time. And I'm going to attempt to distribute this evenly among my 4 trays. I'm gonna let it cool for a little bit before I put my tray lids on, and then I am pre-freezing these overnight. I just find that with soups and MRE meals, it makes the freeze dryer time way shorter than if I have the machine do all the work. So when I have the time and when I have the freezer space, I like to pre-freeze. I'm sad I'm not eating this for dinner tonight. We've already had dinner, but this tastes so good. I snuck a bite off camera and 10 out of 10. So each tray here has about almost 3 cups of soup in it, which I would say is about 2 servings. I mean, I don't know, it depends on how hungry you are, but I'm gonna go with each tray is 2 servings. I'm just gonna get my tray lids on, and then we're gonna carry them down to my basement freezer and let these cool overnight, and then in the morning we can get them into vanilla ice. And now the goal is to carry these downstairs without any leakage. All right, friends, these are freezing, and then in the morning I am going to go load them up into my freeze dryer. I will show you the settings that I'm gonna use. You know what I forgot to show you guys? On New Year's Eve, we had the most spectacular Northern Lights show. It was like a New Year's Eve gift. A lot of times these Northern Lights come way like late at night when we're asleep. And so it was New Year's Eve, so we were already up late. We had been at our neighbor's New Year's Eve party, but I brought my kids home early to make them go to bed. They stayed up in their room until midnight playing together, but I wasn't about that staying up super late life because I'm just old and feel like a grandma lately. But I had a friend text me like right after midnight, my neighbor, and was like, get outside, the Northern Lights are amazing. So I ran outside in the cold. That was one of our cold days that we had. I think it was like 8 degrees or something. Amazing Northern Lights. It was so worth it. So after we get these in the freeze dryer tomorrow, I'm going to show you my Northern Lights footage. it's always just amazing and beautiful. So that's gonna be fun. Well, good morning. Let's get our freeze dryer settings going. I'm gonna do -10 initial freeze, extra freeze time 0 because I pre-froze this. Dry temp will do 125, extra dry, 7 hours. I'm gonna hit save, start. Sometime during the 7-hour extra dry period, I will remove my trays, weigh them, put them back in for a couple hours and see if the weight has changed. That will just let you know if your food is fully freeze dried or not. So in 15 minutes, we can load up vanilla ice with our beef stew. My stew froze beautifully. Our freeze dryer is ready to load up. So our freeze dryer is doing its thing. It'll probably take 24 to 36 hours, I'm guessing. These are some pretty dense trays. I am off to school to work today, so I will catch you all when I get back. Well, no, not when I get back. When this is done and we're ready for our weigh test. Bye. Wish me luck today. Vanilla ice has been running for 26 hours. We have entered its extra dry cycle. So this is the time where I do my weight test. You just push a little leaf up in the corner, open up your drain valve. Grab your scale. Now that I've weighed my tray, I am going to just select more dry time. It tells me to close my drain valve. I'm hitting continue. And it's automatically going to give you 2 hours. In case I don't get back from my errands within that time frame, I'm increasing it to 3 hours. And then I'm going to re-weigh my trays and see if the weight has changed. If no change, then it's good to package up. So it took me a few tries to weigh it on my scale. It kept giving me different readings, but the last and final weight was the same as the weight before. It tinkered around like a gram or 2 less, but I'm gonna call it good. We're gonna pull this out. Here's how we're looking out of the freeze dryer. It is nice because it kind of all stayed together, like it shrunk in and then just freeze dried. I was worried it was gonna spill tons underneath my mat, but it doesn't look like it got too messy or anything. So that's great. Let's get to packaging this up. But I gotta sneak a bite of a carrot. That is so good. It tastes like a stew cooked carrot, and it's just like soft and light and delicious. That's good, just raw on its own. I'm for sure going to save a portion of this for me to reconstitute and taste test, because that's what matters, is that it actually tastes good reconstituted. I am hoping that one tray will fit inside one of these large mason jars, and then I'll know this is about 2 servings worth of beef stew. If it doesn't fit, then I'm gonna have to play around with some other things, but let's see. If I really squish the ingredients down in these jars, I am able to fit 1 tray into my jar. So that made me happy. They actually fit in my jars quite nicely. All I have left to do, I like to toss in an oxygen absorber. Not totally necessary, but it's just extra insurance that your food is gonna stay nice and dry. I stick my lid on and then I vacuum seal the top of it. This is my little vacuum sealer. You can get them either from Walmart or Amazon. I'll have those linked for you. It's been a game changer because I don't have to drag these up to my food saver or my chamber sealer to get the lids vacuum sealed on. I can just use this. I'm sure it's not as strong as a chamber sealer. So if you have one of those that fits your mason jars, use that. But this works for me and it's wonderful. Don't these look so much better than what you can get in a can from the grocery store? I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but these look amazing. It looks like real food. It's not a can of slop with mystery, gross ingredients and stuff in that. This is, I know everything that's in it. I home cooked everything that's in it. I added my own spices. I used bone broth, which is great for you. You can't beat it. You're gonna wanna stick around because I'm gonna eat this for dinner tonight. We're gonna put my money where my mouth is and see if it actually tastes as good as I keep saying that it's going to. It has to, right? It's dinner time. I'm so excited to give this a try. So all I'm gonna do is I've just warmed up water on the stove here. I'm just gonna pour it on. I'm gonna put my lid back on. This first round, I'm not even gonna stir it because I just want a chance for the food to absorb what it's gonna absorb, and then I'll decide if I need to add more. I'm just gonna turn it, and in about 5 minutes, I'll recheck it, and then I'm sure I'll probably need to add a little more. It's been about 10 minutes, and I just can't wait any longer. I hope it's fully rehydrated, but doesn't that look so good? I think so. Okay, I'm gonna start with a little few bites of veggie. Oh, there's a little meat in this bite too. Wow. You guys, this is so good. The only thing that's not fully rehydrated are the peas. The very center of the pea is a little dry. I don't know if it needs more time or if just the skin on the peas is a little too thick. I don't know, but the meat and the veggies are like perfect. The meat is tender, like it just came out of the pot. So good. Well, I definitely would say this one is winner. Much better than anything you can buy in a can, and it's your own homemade recipes. You really can't beat that. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in purchasing a freeze dryer, I have it linked in my video description below. That's where you can shop freeze dryers. Mine is a size medium, and it's perfect for my family and my needs. I absolutely love it. I feel like it's something I can't live without now. So there's that. Clearly, it's my favorite. If you haven't subscribed and want to see all of the fun things I do with my freeze dryer, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. You'll be notified every time my videos come up. And remember, when you freeze dry today, you secure your tomorrow. Bye friends, see you next time.